Yeah. Yeah, full band. Yeah, it is. Actually, I think it's your first
It's
time.
my first time in Paris, generally. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been here a couple of times with previous band and also just kind of in general. I love Paris. We're going to be doing that later in the year, along with like the rest of Europe and along with the UK as well. Well, I mean, Rise to Remain and As Lions are obviously different bands. So, you know, when it came to starting sort of new, it came out of a place of us not only not wanting to continue Rise to Remain because we kind of felt like it had run its course, but also because the music we were writing was a lot more suited to. It sounded completely different. It had a different identity. It had a different feeling. And so I think it was important that we honour that as well as honour the last band and kind of go, okay, here's the line, that's done, this is new, you know. So I think that, you know, we were trying to kind of honour the legacy of both bands by doing that.
It was an exciting time for us as well, start again and write new music.
Yeah.
I think mainly because there was only 3 months between the EP and the album, and the whole purpose with the EP, was to basically provide people with, just with like a, provide people with an example of who we were and what we sounded like, you know. Not only that, but we put a lot of the songs on the EP were like, you know, very much sort of the ones that we felt helped define us and our sound. So it was important that they were on the album too.
Yeah.
You know, I think the most important thing for us was to lead with a strong foot forward and sort of just give the best as quickly as possible. Give the best songs and lead with the strong foot, because that's kind of how we we felt we would get the idea of the band across best.
It's one of the first songs we wrote.
Yeah.
As Those Lions.
It was pretty much me and you in a room with 2 guitars.
2 guitars making a lot of noise, and definitely was like the very first vibes that we were getting when we were writing.
Yeah. Lyrically, the song I wanted to write about, specifically the theme of judgment. Sorry, judgment. Been up since like 4 a.m. Had to get the early train.
An early start.
Yeah, specifically the theme of judgment I wanted to write about, mainly because I think that not only is it something that we universally feel, but we're also under so much scrutiny in the world now because we're so visible and so open to opinion and so sort of easily influenced by things I feel. So I wanted to write about the subject of that because I felt it was thematically appropriate, I suppose. Burying My Dead, we again lyrically it's about it's kind of about our last band, really. It's about leaving. I didn't want it to specifically be about us. I think that it's a universal feeling to kind of learn from hardship and learn from struggle, but equally it is as important to leave the struggles that can't teach us anymore in the past. You know, all of the excess baggage, you can't be carrying that around. So that's kind of what it was.
Leave it in the past.
Yeah, and that's what it was about. We actually wrote that song out in America, California, and that was just a really that was a great time for us as well because we were in America in like the sort of right in the thick of a creative kind of explosion for us, and suddenly we found ourselves on the other side of the world in a really cool studio, somehow managing to do exactly what we loved, something that, you know, after the sort of the kind of disbandment of the last band wasn't a guarantee. You know, it wasn't guaranteed that we would be there or that we would be doing that. So that was kind of like a time we went, okay, cool, we're here now and we did this our way, you know, so this is the song we have to write now. So yeah, I don't know, I don't want every song to sound the same. Like, you know, I think that's kind of
like a lighter influence on the album.
Yeah.
But still trying to keep it melodic and upbeat.
Yeah, and I think lyrically, we wrote that the day after the Bataclan. One of our friends, Nick Alexander, was in that and he lost his life. And it was it was, you know, such a sort of a place of cultural significance, and also, you know, rarely do things happen that close to home. And I think that, you know, for us, this one of the scariest prospects was that people would move on or would forget about it or wouldn't, you know, remember. And so we wanted to write a song that was about sort of remembering those things and about not waiting until things happen in front of you to worry about them, about trying to prevent things like this, about trying to also pay tribute to those that have been before us, you know. And you know, we wrote it the day afterwards, and we wrote it after we watched a lot of the TV and the press around it, and it was like watching something just come apart right before your eyes. You know, and at the same time, we also didn't want to put that in a song that was really sad, because it might put across the wrong kind of idea. We also wanted it to be kind of a celebratory song, where it's kind of like, look, we're here, and this is now, and we're not going to forget, and we're not going to stop. And so, you know, we wanted to have a song that, you know, musically was pumping with energy, but lyrically took on a different sort of hue, you know. So yeah, that was a really fun song to write. Actually, it's one of my favourites on the album, I think, because it is very different. Maybe
it's a bit of both, really.
Yeah.
Me and Austin and the other guys, we sit down. Sometimes the ideas can start maybe just on piano. Maybe Austin will have a really awesome vocal idea or like a topic he's writing lyrics about, and we'll just develop from there. We start very minimal, and we build from there.
I mean, a lot of the writing comes from Connor and myself. We tend to sort of gravitate towards that role and sort of sit down. Will also does from our writing, and between us three, I think that, you know, also with the time that we've spent together as people in either band, as well as like the vision and just the general sort of chemistry that we have, that sort of, you know, that the mix of those things tends to sort of be the creative kind of nucleus for most of what we do. And you know, there is no set way of writing a song. I think that if
anyway, really.
Yeah, if we were to find a way of writing a hit song, we certainly wouldn't tell anyone about it, because that would have to be a secret.
For sure.
You know, like the Colonel's 11 herbs and spices. Can't tell nobody.
I think, yeah, definitely. Our influences, I think, shine through on the album with some of the elements we've incorporated.
Yeah, I think that, you know, one of the coolest things about now, about where we're at, and about what we do, is that I think that we've learnt to really put ourselves first. And I don't want that to sound weird, but we've tried to write as Lions songs before we've tried to go, oh, this song kind of sounds like this band, or this song kind of sounds like that band. And that's cool, and that's helpful for us, because, you know, it gives us our own identity and our own stamp. Whereas, you know, before, I think everyone does it. I've definitely done it a billion times, where I'll listen to a band and I'll get inspired, and I'll go and I'll write a song that sounds exactly like that fucking band. And then I'll be like, yeah, this is awesome! And it's like, because it sounds like the song you like. You know, and I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. And then they'll be like, oh, this kind of sounds like that. I'll be like, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And it totally does, you know. So with this, we try to just kind of do our own thing, first and foremost, and kind of develop as players and as songwriters. It was David Bendeth and Kane Churko as co-production, and we did it in 2 parts. We originally went out to New Jersey with David, and that was an amazing experience. That was unlike anything I think any of us have experienced.
It's a huge music lesson working with David Bendeth. Like we all got worked very, very hard.
Yeah, even if you weren't recording that day, it was still like, go sing.
You're still getting in.
Go play guitar. Go play drums. You know, and it was, you know, even when we weren't recording, we'd still be doing stuff. Yeah. And I think that, you know, so much of his thing is about getting in touch with the sort of the origin of who you are and what you want and what you want to do. You know, what was the song that first made you want to be in a band? What was the album that made you want to make an album? You know, those are the kind of questions and stimulus he kind of tries to provide to like get the performance. And once we'd done the work there, we came back, we wanted to write a little bit more. And then we ended up going with Kane Churko, which was awesome because Kane threw his hat in the ring for a number of really cool reasons. You know, he would work with all these really cool established acts. He'd work with like Disturbed and Ozzy and Death Punch and a number of people. And I think that he was looking for a band that was kind of almost like, you know, that was younger, that didn't have as much of a mark on the world, or any mark for that matter. He wanted something totally new. And he heard us through the label and just kind of went, yeah, cool. And I want to do the record. And we were kind of like, well, we would love to do the record with you. So we finished it with him.
In Vegas.
In Vegas, yes. In Vegas, which is the complete day to New Jersey in the dead of winter's night.
Yeah.
I'd say night and day.
Very opposite places to be as well.
Yeah, and very, very, I think that, with Kane it was great because he was a lot more about sort of the overall sound of the album, about getting the performance. He was very much, that he listens to music from when he wakes up to when he goes to bed. So we were just having a music extravaganza. It was so much fun. It was a shit ton of fun doing that with him. So.
And him and Dave are both amazing musicians as well.
Him and Dave are both extremely talented people.
So watching them play and be in their environment is very inspiring.
Yeah, absolutely. What's up, guys? I'm Austin.
Connor.
We're As Lions, and you are watching United Word Nations.